Oh, okay.
Well, let's hope nothing would happen to
you
that
didn't
left
specify
breast.
that enough, man. You might come back as a single udder.
As a tiny left
Really?
breast.
Would you want to come back?
Or a third nipple.
Do you have
on
any
someone.
idea of how a woman goes through to find a bra?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd be the
But
most,
there's a lot of touching, so
Oh,
Theon
yes,
would totally
there-
love that.
there's a lot of contact.
and
That's his type of thing.
I'd be the most difficult left breast ever.
Oh my god.
Not surprised.
I'd be the one that's like a little bit bigger than the other one.
Oh yeah.
You might have been reincarnated as mine before I fixed them.
And I'd have the nipple that's kind of like a weird any nipple. It's like it has like a slit in it, kind of one of those.
I've never seen one of
You
those.
never seen one of those?
Oh, we will show you a picture
Yeah.
then. It'll be a treat.
Or not for
So I'm Esther.
me. I'm Rachel.
I'm Brenda.
We have a special guest, Brenda.
Yay.
Brenda's back after so many years.
Man, it.
Thank you.
What? Golly.
Back
Yeah.
by popular demand.
By popular demand. A Brenda.
Leaving me in the car.
Oh god.
The night is young. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, and I hope to be reincarnated as a left breast.
Very interesting.
That's what we were talking about
That's who
in
I
the
am.
beginning.
That's where I'm at in my life.
I mean, that's fine. Whatever. You can reincarnate.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed, left breast. So
Wait,
this,
my left or your left? Oh, snap.
Stage left. Stage left.
like you're like left,
Yeah.
like personal left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like real left, like left.
The one when I hold up my hand.
Yeah, the L.
Okay, got it. Y'all, I
Righty
really tried to
tighty,
do that just so
lefty
everyone-
Lucy. And
Eh.
I'll beat Lucy.
So this week is Respectfully No.
Yeah.
Our discussion. Oh wow, Andre. Okay, he's all excited. We have a guest back on. So we're gonna discuss the 4-day work week. Is it feasible? Is it right? Is that what we
What's it
should
gonna
do?
look like?
What is a 4-day work week like? Oh, you're so weird. He just licked my hair.
I think it looks like on Monday
Well,
we
hold
all.
on.
Oh,
I thought you had questions.
Oh no! Actually, I have a little background.
Okay.
Oh,
So I was gonna say
Lovely.
we need that to make that. Give it to us now.
Just a little. Yeah, we could do that. We actually had to do a lot just to get a 40-hour, 5-day work week.
This is true.
Period. So I mean, let's go through the times. All the way back to 1817. Awful.
No one was even alive.
Who was even alive then? Industrial Revolution labor unions and activists advocated for better work days, like better conditions. And they brought up, like the 40-hour work day or work week. Because at that time, people were working 80 to 100 hours.
No. Say it respectfully. No.
Especially with the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
So you're like heavy machinery. It wasn't
And
just
people were
moms and
losing
dads. It was
limbs,
children's.
death,
Yeah.
They
Black
sent
lung.
everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, it
because
wasn't.
they were overworked.
Exactly. And like it wasn't just like the machinery, it was miners and things like that that were working excessive hours. So I mean people were tired, like damn, give us a break. So
Not in
1866.
Sorry.
Well, I mean it happened here and in Europe, like all across the world.
Yeah. Kind of like the Great Resignation.
1866 National Labor Union went to Congress and they were like, hey bitches, let's do an 8-hour workday. And Congress was like, nah bruh.
Of course not. 'Cause they get all our money. It's blood, sweat, tears, money.
So after this was after the Civil War and everything. But it like really brought more public opinion. They were like, yeah,
Yeah,
we shouldn't be
easy.
working our asses off. We should have an 8-hour workday, like 40 hours
Like
a
what
week.
you guys are doing, or barely that.
Burly. So then 1867, Illinois passed a 8-hour workday, but employers were like, nah. And also there was a loophole that was like, you can contract people to work more hours, which is still happening today.
Yep.
Yeah, you can contract work 80 to 100 hours a week still.
There's some shiesty like employment laws, a lot of them.
To this day.
Yep.
Which actually that whole thing sprung about riots all across
Good.
U.S. and even Europe. So it's like, how did they hear about that? I don't know.
They were just done.
They just knew.
It was a collective, earth-wide,
I was like,
done.
fuck this
We
shit.
are done with you people.
We are tired.
Yep.
1869, President Ulysses Grant guaranteed an 8-hour workday, but only to government workers.
I mean, it pays sometimes to work for the state.
That's right.
Discuss that later.
We all know about, the government workers week.
We know about that
Or-
banking system.
Hold on. 2 days that they actually work out of the week.
What do you mean?
Exactly.
I work at least 3.
At least. 1898, United Mine Workers won an 8-hour workday.
All right.
Finally.
So we're getting some
We're
wins.
getting there. 1905, the printing industry finally moved to an 8-hour workday. 1916, the railroad workers got the interstate railroad workers. Everything else, fuck you. But 1926, Henry Ford moved to 5-day, 40 hours a week. He said,
Go Michigan.
okay.
Go Lions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my
See?
God.
I'm sorry. All right.
Well, you know what? You're a winner at this point.
Yep.
The start of the
Correct.
season,
Right
as
now
Theon
I'm
says.
undefeated.
As Theon says, you were undefeated.
You're
I'm
undefeated
undefeated right now.
The Detroit Lions, you just can't
Listen,
get afford
they
it.
might have a shot at like 3 or 4 wins this year.
I don't know,
Oh,
they
wow.
I mean,
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
They just don't play the right way. Yeah, it's just
They're
that shit.
gonna win. They're gonna go playoffs this year. That's
Whoa, how
I'm throwing
dare
it out.
you? What the fuck?
I am. You guys better fucking shut up.
Nope.
Yeah.
So Henry Ford was quoted as saying, "It is high time to rid ourselves of the notion that leisure for workmen is either lost time or a class privilege."
Okay. All right. Set the
Henry
stage.
Ford.
Henry Ford for that.
1937, there was a whole strike at GM
Yes.
Motors because
Yep.
GM said, "Nah, fuck that. Y'all working."
Yeah.
Which then came with like discussions and negotiations that came about the 8-hour workday. 1938, the Fair Labor Standards Act came about, where it was a 44-hour week, 8.8 hours a day.
Wait, 44
Standard.
hour?
Yeah. Well, this was
Who's trying to squeeze those extra 4 hours? Well, guess what? Those 4 hours are spent doing
Corporation.
nothing.
well, this was
Pooping on work
1938.
Corporations.
In 1940, it was amended to
Okay.
the 40-hour a week, 8 hours a day.
But you notice time and a half has not come into scene yet.
So it did for one hot second. But then hold on. So nobody might. So I'm a salaried employee. So when they had introduced, I want to say it was like 2017 or something, and they were all trying to figure it out, and then they rescinded it. And we were all like, yes, because they either had to give us like comp time or something, but they actually had to give us something when we went over.
Yeah.
And so I was like,
So
hell yes.
that's basically the timeline. Like, people fought, people have died, riots have happened, so we can have
We're
the
still doing
40-hour 5-day a
Right.
week. But honestly, with like tech and like corporate jobs, is that even feasible nowadays when you can work at home, as we have seen
Right.
during the pandemic? Like,
It's a revolution. That's what's happening.
yeah.
I really think it's a labor revolution, and we haven't seen it for a long
Yeah,
time.
the 1940s
100
was the
years.
last time that it's like anything has really like set law of the land.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
with
we
that.
just need people to do more in person, less bitching online. Like, I mean, that's where you can start, but like show up and actually do more. Like
Well,
a protest.
I need to tell you, girls, in the late 70s,
Okay.
they passed a law
What was it?
that smokers had so many rights back then that
No
if
rights
you
now.
were a smoker, because nicotine is something nicotine is something like caffeine. Okay, so imagine this. So everybody started smoking so they could get those 2 extra 15-minute breaks.
Okay, real talk. So I can totally admit to that. As a smoker, I like when I wasn't smoking at work, I was like, holy shit, this day is long. I got cut so much slack because I would just kind of sneak out and people knew it. And then I think, some people would be like, ew. And I'd be like, fuck you. Like, I'm still going to do it. And you're going
Right.
to watch my desk for 15,
But
20
it was
minutes.
a law passed by the federal government. Now,
Yeah.
so the whole thing behind this was, you start to drain out. Holy shit, it's time for a cigarette break so that
get hype
nicotine gets you
yourself
going
up,
again.
yeah.
And
It didn't get me going.
so
I was just
many
looking forward to the
people
next one
took
to
up
leave.
smoking back then. Just to get that 30 minutes extra of a break.
So 4 days a week, though.
Yeah.
All right. So I think it's possible. I really do. However, I think so many other government systems have to adjust to get that actual feasible piece in there. So school systems would have to adjust. Your childcare providers would have to adjust. Like, what's that going to look like? And then for those people who do have to work still a 5 day as that transition is being made,
Right.
what the hell does that look like for education for their kids? Like, that's a lot. It's almost like when some people were going to work during the pandemic and other people were home.
Yeah.
Like, it
one of
looked
the
a lot
things
different.
I'm feeling here is her fear that it actually might happen and she'll be trapped home with her kids.
Oh, shit.
So I know I'm not
There's
saying
fear in her voice.
No, what I'm saying though is for
Oh, it would
someone-
all fall into place.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
though.
it would.
If you
Now-
are low income and you have to go
Okay.
to work, like that
But let me tell
doesn't work
you,
that way.
France passed this.
But
in
France also has a
Hold
social
on.
like a social network.
It's got all kinds
net.
of good effects. Like people are spending more money to go to concerts, to do this and that. And guess what? They're happier. They are happier.
Everyone is happier than us. That's not a news bulletin anymore. Every fucking country lists their happiness.
it's doable.
War-torn countries
So
are happier than we are.
It's doable
Like-
and it is overdue. And actually,
Why are you yelling?
I think to myself, what if you only worked 3 days out of the 7? Can you imagine your life? I mean, you'd be out there on your hobbies, on the things you love to do.
What if we just don't fucking
And
work
you
at all?
just-
Let's just get all real
Okay.
crazy.
I think it would just be like a gigantic change in humanity. We would be
Almost
kinder,
definitely.
we would be happier, and we would be far more creative.
Oh, yeah. But we're trying to get to this 4-day week. But, okay, so a lot of the issue is, so if you work 4 days a week, then you have to work 10 hours to get 40. Because then that's full time. That's that
Or
extra pay.
We say fuck
Or-
off with all those extra hours, and you only
Or-
get what
32 hours.
yeah.
But
32
then,
hour
then the
weeks.
company has to agree to pay 40 hours
Cry me
for
a
32.
river. Maybe the new thing needs
Because
to
you're
be
probably
32.
busting your ass
Okay,
more.
so
Oh, yeah.
HR major over here. The amount of time that people also huge time waster waste at their jobs doing things that are not their
she
work.
knows this because she's a pro.
I am. Like, listen, I mean, I don't get it twisted. When I am busy, I am heads down very busy. But when I'm
Right.
not, I get, man, when I remember when I worked
You're
at the
sleepy.
R&R, I
That's
would
what
be
she
like,
does.
I made Zoom videos of myself as like a pickle and shit. And then, like, I'm doing this and I was doing it for hours.
Right.
I went shopping for hours. Like,
How-
I buy a
how
lot of
much
things.
time-
Yourself
how
up.
much time
But
did
my
you go
point,
shopping?
what? Huh?
How
It's
much
kinda
time did you
phallic.
go shopping?
Hours.
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 Not
Anyway.
yours, but hours.
Hours.
Theirs.
Hours.
Their hours is when I went shopping.
saying it in
But
the
what
same
I'm
way
trying
I'm
to say is at the end of the day, when I was really productive and I didn't have to waste that time, because like the thing is if I was really being productive at my maximum efficiency level, guys, I could work like 2 or 3 days a week. Some of us have that shit. But the companies, I'm not going to kill myself to work 2-3 days a week when I'm doing 5 to 8 days worth of work.
Right.
And you only going to pay me for 3?
Hold
Kiss
on.
my whole ass. I'm wasting all the time. I'm watching Netflix. I'm watching a whole ass
but
series.
If
I
that's
did that.
admin and customer service,
It don't matter.
let's say you're a designer, or you do this or you do that, and it
You
doesn't
don't get
involve
paid by the
serving.
government. You are an entrepreneur. You set your own everything that you just listed as jobs were entrepreneurs.
Well, I think we should all be entrepreneurs.
That would be
think
nice.
about, you know, where you would be. But see, I think the
No, this gets very
4-day work day is like a stepping stone, if we did it in America, to something else. And like, how many hours do you got to be working those 4 days? And how do you get?
I'm gonna
an
work
hour?
32.
Do you get
if
an
that.
hour for your lunch? I mean,
Exactly,
think about
yeah.
it.
I'm only working 32.
How many breaks do you get? I mean, is the Department of Labor gonna make sure that those rights are built into that, or is it just gonna be some flimsy piece of shit they throw out and it doesn't have any teeth?
Well, first off, that's how all policy is initially. Like, just saying.
I don't know. You know, policy analysis and creation was like my master's. So I can say that there isn't a damn policy,
There's some
law,
humble bragging tonight.
or anything that's ever
both
been
of us,
written
apparently.
that does not discriminate against a group of people and does not benefit the other people.
Oh yeah, most
Because
definitely.
it's always there. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they have these attorneys write these policies, and it's so much woven into the, you know, you really got to take your magnifying glass out and look at that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that's like what they were trying to pass in Illinois at first. Like, it was like, yeah, you can have 8 hours, but also the employer can backtrack and like contract you for more hours. And then they don't have to really pay that overtime because you're
Right.
contracted already for 80 hours a week. So, and then what?
They just left that. Like, they were trying to please the people that wanted this, and then they were trying to please, you know, the business side. of the
Welcome to
house.
Policy 101. Listen, I've seen policy
So
written for
confusing.
one person.
Well,
so
of course,
yeah.
don't get
yeah,
it
but you have to
twisted.
throw like take a red marker or something to get to the center of that shit. There's
Right.
so much shit wrapped around there. You know,
I think, and then a lot of the issues around this is like customer service, hospital work.
right?
So-
and how would you adjust that?
Something with like what me and Theon do, like we're in a small company. Well, I'm part of a bigger company, but it's like one doctor only
Yeah.
that works in my office. And then Theon's part of customer service, period. And it's a little bit harder, especially like with servers and stuff
Right.
like that.
Right.
So the issue is like, how do you hire more people? Because like, even though they say people don't want to work, nobody's fucking hiring because nobody wants to pay.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then like if you're doing the 4 hours or 4 days, excuse me, with 10 hours, then you have to like schedule people around that. So you're having to hire more people, which companies, especially small companies, hate doing stuff
I
like
mean,
that.
it's that
It's
there's a
easier
lot
for
of
corporations, to do
line
like
numbers.
white
but-
collar.
So you don't do the 10 hours. You do like 4 days of 7-hour days.
But then the company's going to have to pay more because if you're going to cut the hours like that, for me to make
So-
the amount that I would make in 5 days with 40 hours a week, you would have to pay that in the cut
Yeah.
Well,
for
you can
us,
cut
for people
those
to work.
So you can make even 2 or 3 shifts.
No,
of
what
people
you
that-
do is you have flexible scheduling.
But
period.
now you're getting more customers because they know you're not going to be closed at 5:30 or 6 o'clock. And they know that if they're up watching a movie and they want to do this or that, so they would have more access to the services, and that would generate more.
So then we're going for a 24-hour business type model.
3 shifts with 3 shifts.
So a lot of places do that. Like when we used to do staffing, we have to, but what we did have is, I was going to say, we had flexible and per diem. So like essentially, I think if an industry wanted to flip to this, they would probably have to hire at least like maybe 5, depending on the size of them. If they're a 10 company person, like, unit, they'd want to hire like 5 people who would be their flexes, and then they would fill in those spots or whatever, or they can all flex their schedule. So like for me, like I could work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and have an amazing rest of my life. Just saying. But like, right. I'll pick up whatever you got on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because I'm off all the rest of the time.
But I think that's harder for companies with set hours.
Yeah.
Like, because our office is 8:30 to 5. And then with us only having one doctor, he's always on call.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So if I was going to be cut down to a 4-day week, like nursing, it's a little bit easier because they always work 3 days, 12-hour shifts.
Right. That's what I was going to say.
But with like a doctor's office that's in a smaller time frame, open from set to set, it's a little bit harder. Even with like customer service, like malls and things like that, it's going to be a little bit harder to bring people in for that time. So they can get that pay with that many hours.
Yeah, it's a little confusing because when you really think about it, like you're talking about all the systems, same thing as I am. And then think about like, how's that going to work? Our government offices are already closed.
Oh, shit. All the fucking time. Yeah. Like,
all
goddamn.
the time. So how's that going to look? And then,
if
people, if they're
closed,
working shift
are
work,
they really
like how...
open?
Well, there's that too. Not on Mondays and Fridays. From what most state employees.
In there. I mean, I've walked in there where there's nobody.
Like real talk though, everyone knows this joke. It doesn't really matter where you work. If you work for the government, at some point after you've worked for the government for so many years, there's like this part of you that's like, oh man, you sent an email afternoon on a Friday, dog. You know that's not getting answered till like Monday.
OTC.
I mean, I'm just saying,
Off the clock.
It is. It's just government working for so many years. We all know it.
And that's definitely another thing with the new age with technology and stuff like that. Like, that you can get your emails. Like, your employers know you can get your emails on your phone.
So they do take advantage of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then, like, I think there has been some companies that have passed like things that you can, like, after a set time, like you cannot expect an email or send an email past
so we
that.
have something along those lines. So like as a state, they respect, and they've like put, each state agency has their own little piece, but ours is like, unless it's something very vital, we vow not to like email you after work hours or no, unless we have to. But
right.
Okay,
it doesn't always work that way.
You girls are like, okay, we had beepers. I was a 24-hour exempt employee of the court, and we had these beepers that
like
had to be attached
phone
to our bodies. I don't care if you're sleeping or not, man. And it would go like that, and you'd just be like, I'm wearing this thing the only time you take it off is when you take a shower, because hey, there might be a crisis.
Yeah.
Okay. Never saw one. And then you guys end up with these cell phones.
Yes, but they do. But here's the worst part: like those of us who have work cell phones, we use them, but I know so many people who they end up like bricks. Like my last job, they were literally like, it was a dead ass brick because I didn't have any reception. And I was like, I'm not, and they'd be like, where's your cell phone? I was like, I don't know. But yeah, you got to do the right thing.
I still don't know what my cell phone does. I just answer
we
it.
know. No, she barely answers it.
Push the thing.
She barely answers. And so my mom has gotten to that point in her life where she's going to get her ears checked.
What I want to say about the cell phone? Fuck you.
Wow.
Because you made my life hell.
Quickly. First off, she only talks on speaker now.
You
and then she yells into the phone. I'm like, good God, I don't need to like be there.
You can yell at Siri. She'll like text and things like that.
Oh, really? Well, I bet mine doesn't listen to me at all.
Okay.
I don't say it right now.
I tried Siri. That that wasn't good. But, yeah.
How did you try Siri, Mom? Because I think you're full of shit.
No, you
How
go
do you
in.
do it? What
and
do you do?
She
What
has
do
to
you
get
say?
used to your name. You have to go through all that stuff.
Dinner and drinks.
Yeah.
Siri.
Maybe a show.
You know who set me up on
Hey,
Siri?
Siri.
Was my
Hey,
granddaughter.
Siri. This hoe don't fucking listen.
Oh wow.
See, I'm over this.
So
I'm sorry.
the most
She thinks you're
All right, hold
verbally
on. Shh.
abusive.
I don't care.
she probably does.
She's
The
hiding.
most productive country is Luxembourg,
Which they only
and
do
the
like what?
average
Yeah.
workday
Oh,
is
I had-
29 hours.
Had no idea.
The average.
Okay, so listen.
There is a lot of sex that goes there. I was thinking. I actually
They are
went.
fucking over in Luxembourg.
Yeah, they
Well,
were.
listen, but
Listen.
I just want to know how to
Luxembourg
immigrate there.
is this tiny little country, and I traveled all over Europe, but I'm thinking they're known for their salt mines.
I thought you were about to
Is
say
that
for their
right?
sex because
No,
you
no, no.
just said that that's all they're doing.
No, that's why it was such a wealthy country, because of their salt mines, right?
Please
And,
substitute sex every time she says
yeah.
salt mines.
Anyways, I toured this castle, and
Fuck ass.
the guy, the prince, or whatever you want to call him, everywhere his original pictures were in this castle, which was really cool, and it was old. It stunk. We had swans in the background.
Wow.
It was like the beginning of the story that this prince was gay.
Oh.
He had this crazy relationship with his father's physician.
Hold on, I feel like we need to verify some of these
It's
because
true.
I'm not sure
And
about this.
they became
I'll like
so
to exempt myself from this
outrageous
conversation.
in the castle
I'm
and
not held
around
liable.
the grounds that it caught somebody higher up's idea, and the next thing you know, they were found drowned in the fountain of the castle, and they were holding hands. So they were murdered because they were gay. But I knew at the beginning of that castle tour, yeah, this prince is
What
gay.
the hell did this have to do with Luxembourg,
You
though?
walked in.
Oh, this is like
Wait.
the juiciest thing about Luxembourg.
Hold
Are
on.
you kidding me?
I'm sorry.
It's a very
walked in.
small
You
country.
knew it. You knew
It's a
at the
very small
beginning
country.
of the tour what?
I suspected the prince was gay.
Was it his decoration?
Well, it was his pose in the picture was very feminine, and just the swans. But
Oh,
they
the furniture
weren't
was
white
amazing.
swans. They were they started out white, and then they were pink and tips of it. Yeah.
Oh, that's their
Now,
original yard
This
flamingos,
was
maybe.
hundreds and hundreds. It was hundreds of
Very
years
Tuesday.
old.
Yeah, add that in there.
It was back in the 1800s.
Hi,
No,
my name
1700s.
is Alexander. I'm the owner of this castle here. I'm like a prince. This is my friend Stefan.
Why is it always a Stefan?
He does sex with black guys. No big deal. So these are my swans.
Yes, exactly.
So what do you think, Dion? You've been very quiet
Oh.
on our 4-day work.
I don't care, man. Like,
What?
put all those damn ingrates to work.
What the? I need you to care because I only want to do a 4-day work week. Fine, you know what? Theon's picking up the extra. He's picking up the extra shifts in for all of us, and we ain't working.
I am purposely trying to leave the normal 9 to 5 rat race thing. So I don't care what happens from here on out. Honestly,
Oh my God, Trey.
He's just trying to find his place.
I think a lot of the concerns that I saw also were like blue collar workers, especially construction workers. It's a little bit harder because shit, you do work like 6 days a week, and then it's like banging hard throughout the day.
That one was good.
But Esther coming in, killing it.
Starting the
I can
warm
see
weather.
those construction workers.
Or whatever.
And then, like, during the winter, you know, you could be laid off because there's
Or laid up.
Or laid up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
good.
This,
That'd
I'm
probably
sorry.
be better,
This
but-
turned sideways real quick, Esther. I'm sorry.
But there was a dude that said that he started his construction company, and it's all about like hiring more people. Is
Correct,
more,
yeah.
Like, the issue. And then a lot of companies were like, well, all of our people work Monday through Friday, so it's going to have to definitely be a
Shift.
total, complete shift, especially with like
A
school
slow one.
systems.
Oh, yeah.
Like you brought up first, Rachel. Because if you are working 4 days a week, 10 hours, then we're going to need like the, like, what do they call it? Prime time shit? Is
Yeah,
that what
so,
y'all call day?
well, I was going to say, you know what? You just reminded me, though.
That's where robots come in.
They're
now.
doing an e-learning day on Friday. So this coming Friday, they have this e-learning day. They built these into our calendars. There's like 2 of them or something. So all of the shit that you're talking about, I'm going to like stalk the Facebook page and tell you the real world problems like that would be put up in this thing.
Actually, there's been schools that have had to go to a 4-day week
Because of
the
transportation
shortage.
and
Well, yeah,
teachers.
And then the
Yep.
teacher shortage, so they're doing like more online work, or they are like, they're not necessarily making school longer. They're just doing the 4 days itself. So that's definitely a big thing. So with that. My mic.
I know.
with
Dan had to
that,
fix mine too.
It would definitely have to be an all-around change.
Yeah, it would
So
have
not
to
just
be.
It would
one.
be the beginning
So,
of a
but-
brand new
But I
revolution.
think what you're saying though is we're seeing it. So now that we start to see it, I think we'll see it more, and that will lead the progress. I really think that the shortage of drivers and bus drivers and care providers and all of those pieces, like I know they're compounding, and they have not reached their peak yet. But like when like families go to register for their kids for kindergarten and they're in a damn lecture room because you've got 1 or 2 but like this is where we're gonna be at.
Did you guys know
Yeah, it's not good. So
that
we'll see.
during
Hopefully it'll work.
World War II,
4-day week.
when the majority of men in the United States of America had to serve, and the women were in the factories and they had taken over all their factories. During that entire time, the United States government of America gave free daycare, free after, before school, all of that. And you know what?
But
Those women didn't have to pay a dime. So I think it can be done.
oh, it definitely
It
can.
can.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
other countries do it. We are
that's the
literally the
issue.
only country. Like it's making our like state news and national news when like states are giving only government workers paternity and maternity leave,
Right.
like paid, and that's like a huge thing. But we are so far behind the curve
Oh,
in
yeah.
that piece.
That
I
ain't
mean,
freedom. Freedom is.
But I
working
think
for
once
the
Freedom ain't
hours
free.
and
Once
paying
the
for
4
everything.
day, yeah.
but also you can really honestly look at the crime rates across like the nations who have these really
Yeah.
great
They have
social
family
supports
time.
because they are able to
shut
spend
their
that time
shit
there. We as
down.
Americans, because it's such a fucked up capitalistic bullshit society, like you can't.
I mean,
there's
we
none
have
of that
privatized
time.
Prisons. We have
Correct.
for-profit prisons.
Yes. Yes. Well,
Oh,
what is
yeah.
education for?
Yeah.
To-
It's either to
Still a
put
business.
someone exactly. So a prison is a business. So either the kids who don't make it up to the top, they don't go,
Yeah.
and then everyone else, you go into the
Just
prison of
corporate
someone else's
9
job.
to
for
5,
the moment.
yeah.
Sounds
Most
like a
part.
really shitty layer cake.
And like
It's the
Yeah, it's
worst
messed
layer
up.
cake.
it has
I mean, it really, it doesn't
it-
even taste good. It
it's
never
been-
tasted
Spoiler
good.
alert, the last 5 layers are all shit.
yeah.
it's been scientifically proven that when you're working, even the 4-day work week is a lot better because then you have extra time with your family
recuperate,
and things
too.
like that.
Or
Especially,
yourself. Fuck
yeah,
that family.
especially
We know.
when you're working Monday through Friday, it's hard to go to appointments and
Yeah.
do regular things like because
You
you're
don't have the
working during the time
or
that
you're
everybody else
taking
is
time
working.
off, and then you're having to catch up because your boss is an ignorant
If you don't
asshole.
have the paid time
Right.
off, then
Yeah.
your company, you're just like fucked on those
Right.
hours that you're at a appointment that you have to make. Because not everything's open Saturdays. Most definitely not open Sundays, right?
No. Shit, someplace you can't even buy liquor on Sundays.
Yeah, you're gonna find that out real quick living
Well,
down
you
here.
can you can buy liquor after 12.
You know, I lived
On
in
Sunday.
Tennessee, and
11?
someone
12.
tells me this is dry.
11.
This is a dry
Effingham, you
county,
can't, though.
ma'am.
It's not as bad as
No, you know what I
Effingham.
said? There's a river right down the frickin' road. What the hell? How can you have a water shortage?
Well, we
Anyways.
did pass
Didn't know that.
the little thing where you can buy liquor at 11 now on
Yeah,
Sundays
brunches.
instead of 12.
We
so
should do a brunch.
yeah, we haven't done. Well,
Brunches
I haven't done.
sound- I love
I know
period.
we haven't, but like, yeah, we should do a brunch. Sorry, I'm very
But
distracted.
I mean, and then like that goes with the 4-day work week because you feel more
You get to do
refreshed.
brunch.
'Cause then you have 3 days, so you like that Friday you can get like business shit done. Saturday you can get like home shit done, and then
Okay.
Sunday you can live. Like,
do you know how we could make this happen?
Or you could
Like,
just
real
say,
talk?
fuck the
Hold
home
on, I have the
shit.
best. I have the best plan.
exactly.
So all it's gonna take is everyone to collectively agree to not show up on one day.
Yeah.
One day, seriously, like you get
Across
this huge
the
ass
United
movement and you're
States.
like, we want a 4-day work week. And if everyone does it, they can't fire everyone. Who the fuck is going to work for them?
Those
Nobody.
Boston robotic
Exactly.
robots.
Well, have fun.
Those things are fucking
Thing
crazy.
went all in my mouth.
I mean, but that brings up a good question or a good thing because honestly, we need to work towards robots taking
Artificial
over our jobs.
intelligence. Yep.
So yeah, we do need to.
I've seen Wall-E. I don't think we need to work towards that.
I mean,
like
it's-
that is
Wall-E
Oh,
is a
that-
primitive
Yeah.
issue with that because there isn't robots that would take over people's jobs. Like Wall-E was just cleaning up trash.
no, but like all like what happened was
Oh my
all
God.
the scientists and shit stopped doing things. They stopped moving.
How upset
And they got
you
so
got out of that movie when you
Yes,
were a
because
little
like
girl.
everyone got so I was like Wall-E impacted me negatively,
Whoa.
y'all.
I mean,
Okay,
it's
sorry.
just a matter
Whoa.
of time. I mean,
But
whether we
yeah.
want to go there or not,
We've
it's
got
gonna
to.
happen.
It's
We're-
part of our evolution.
Yeah, we're getting into a Star Trek era where
Yes.
money
Money
is going to
doesn't
be
exist.
obsolete because machines are going to do our fucking
look at
job.
Big-
So hold
Bitcoin,
on, money
how
will
that-
never be obsolete because there always has to be a group of people that have more than others. That's where we're at until like the world gets on its balance.
Until
so like
robots,
something
but
will
once
be.
robots start taking the jobs, then you can't get that money. So then what supplements
they
between?
created the robots that they sell to the
Yeah.
co I'm
Yeah.
serious though. It's like
but
this
then
Yeah.
vicious
between
cycle.
that, but like with Star Trek, like you can get everything through a machine that you need. So you can get food, water, clothing.
That was my
you can
fantasy
get
with
Okay.
like
kids.
anything
All right,
made.
so
Go
you don't
take that
need
little
shit.
pill.
And we already have it with 3D printers. Like
is
as long
true.
as you have
Yeah.
a blueprint, you can make whatever the fuck you
And
want.
the guy that could make water out of light.
Yeah, I mean, we're
What?
already doing a lot of things that don't need like government shit or money shit with
This
it.
is true.
With solar, with water, with like other energy sources that
Right.
isn't gas, that
Right.
isn't like powered
Fossil
through.
fuel.
Yeah.
And
Fuel
paper money,
and-
paper tangible money will be the first to go, and that's
Yes.
almost gone.
And money is just what we make it.
Right.
So when
Crypto.
someone like want to fight a war in the future, are you thinking they're gonna like basically fake like an eclipse, put
Hey.
something up there and block an eclipse? Is that where we're going
For
for
your
like war?
information,
I'm just
there
wondering.
wouldn't- there
in
wouldn't
the world,
Be a war between us. There'd be because once we shoot into that,
Yeah, no, the robots are gonna eclipse us out. Like that's what's gonna end up
it's
happening.
gonna be fucking.
You'll be long
the
gone
Matrix.
by
I
then.
just
You
wrote
don't
the
need to
best
worry
new.
about
Like
it.
you guys just got like the final of like this post-apocalyptic novel or the start of it. I'm about to
Well,
do one.
You know, there is going to be a defect in the robots, all of them, because they're created by human beings and we're not perfect.
Right now they are. Right now they're created by human beings.
Exactly.
But soon they'll be created by each other.
And then we're all
They'll be
fucked.
their own
No
offspring.
one believes
That's like
us.
off a movie.
And then I mean, but we always put human characteristics on robots.
Everything.
Yeah, have
Because
you
we
met
think-
some humans? They're
No,
fucking awful.
But we do that because we think that our intelligence is positive. when
No!
it's not.
No, we're fucking
if,
awful.
A robot might not have the same avarice that a human would have.
Right.
And
right.
so it's like it would
So
be
maybe
like
they'll be
a
good?
robot could see past like sexism, racism, and all those. Like,
Right.
this is pointless.
Yep.
All I can see are equations, and it would be
Yep.
ridiculous to do the thing that you want me to do.
Right.
And so it's like a vengeful robot. Just
Holy shit,
Doesn't
that's
seem
deep.
like that would make
That's
it wouldn't
super
make
deep.
sense to a robot. To be
I'm
vengeful.
fucking dying by robot because the minute someone doesn't love me like that, I'm done. We are gonna fight. This robot and I are gonna fucking fight. I can't live my life like that.
We saw how Suri related to the verbal abuse.
Yeah.
She just
Yeah,
went
well, you know what? She's
somewhere
got a
in
whole
that
thing.
iPhone.
I don't. She never did. Fucking
I
bitch.
think if computers would get. I think robots, artificial intelligence would evolve so fast that they would stop making themselves because they would see the fallacy in existence.
Yes.
I
Like, it's
feel
pointless
like
to
you
exist.
have
Well,
Like, why
that's
would
so
you
much
exist?
logical.
hope.
That
Why
is
would you
so.
exist?
So much
Yep,
hope.
that's
I
so
don't believe that at all.
logical.
What's
Yeah.
going to happen is a human is going to find a way to tinker into them. They'll find one fucking loophole and it'll be the darkest human ever. And they'll like basically turn them all against everyone. He won't be able to shut it down and we're all going to fucking die by robot. So, there's your future.
Terminator.
Pretty much.
Terminator.
Second one, the best one.
I mean, you always, I hate
Skynet's
that.
gone live.
Yeah. yeah.
Skynet. Yeah, so I don't know. Let us know what you think about the 4-day work week on the Instagram or YouTube. I promise I have been uploading shit on YouTube.
She has.
My bad.
She has. I didn't.
I'm uploading.
I didn't realize that because I haven't been on a
I'm
long
like
time. and I
throwing
just
3 up a week until I get caught up.
Oh
so
my god. Oh my god.
Yamo be there.
No,
Esther
okay?
is a beast.
You know what I think?
Sometimes.
I think
I've been
Always.
pretty lazy.
that when the moon is in the 7th house.
Oh my god.
What are we
and
doing?
Jupiter aligned with Mars.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're not gonna finish?
Oh, and love will steer the stars. This is
It's
the
a
dawning
dawning
of
of
the
it.
age of
Aquarius.
Age. Aquarius.
A beautiful voice.
I am not an Aquarius. I'm a Sagittarius.
My bad. I get it mixed up. Actually, I do have a theory Tuesday on the astronomy, but
Ooh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I was almost asleep over here and I was like super excited you caught me.
But let us know what you think about the 4-day work week. Is it
Yes.
tangible? Does it work for
Is
you?
it sexy?
Are you about it or not?
Also, let us know if you think it'll end up in death by robot. I just am very curious if anyone else thinks like I do.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, let us know if just fantasizing about a 4-day work week makes you feel so happy.
Let us know.
Yeah.
On Instagram or YouTube at @with_ENI. Thank you, Brenda, for coming back.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
I think you guys are probably gonna see Mom more often
like
than
someone
not.
was
So
pinching
buckle
her
up.
nipple or something.
Brenda's back in some
Yep. So I'm very excited because I do want to say that I feel like once my mom is ready, remember we always wanted Ashley to be our dating person.
I will not
we
do
have
speed dating.
one. Listen.
Would you?
Yes.
Would anybody in this room? do
Yes,
speed-
Theon and I wanted to. Well, mostly me. I wanted to put together a speed dating thing. I was rapping Theon.
You know, at my
It'd
age,
be
maybe that's
fun.
not a bad idea because what if they have a walker or a cane or something and it just takes them forever to.
Well, then I
Come
guess.
on, get the table.
I mean, just
But-
make sure.
I might be able to outrun them. Maybe I have to use the restroom.
Well, as
climb
long
through
as
the
you don't
window.
trip and fall,
Yeah.
that's your
That-
thing.
Yes.
So next week is Theory Tuesday.
On
It's
astrology?
gonna be
Okay.
I'm still working on that one, but it's gonna be about our possible sixth sense that we've always had.
I cannot wait
Oh,
for
I
this.
can't either. That sounds delicious.
Because we all know Brenda's a witch. So I cannot wait.
She's called
Our
me
sixth
like
sense.
first name. What happened to
I
Mom?
did.
Oh,
But because they-
spanking.
Fighter.
Well, first
Andre?
off, Mom, if like someone just tuned in, they might not have caught your name at the beginning.
They
They
know.
know Esther and I,
They
so
know
I
who
just
Brenda
said.
is.
I also go by Hey You.
Hey,
Oh,
So
Brenda's
that
old
works
school.
fine. I go by Hey You.
that's some old school shit. Hey, you.
I'm done.
I had an audition yesterday, and a casting director just insisted on calling me Sion. And I was like,
Theon.
it's Theon.
Oh
And
no,
she's like,
yeah.
He's like, oh, okay.
Sion.
Sion.
It's like, hey, could you read that part again?
Are you sure you just didn't have a
Either
list?
that or get some Q-tips and clean
What?
those ears out.
Could the guy have had a
spelled it.
list?
I spelled
Theon
it.
doesn't have a list.
I don't have a list.
No, not you.
Oh,
the
the
guy
guy,
who
the
was saying
director?
your name.
Hey,
Could
Does
he have
he?
had a list?
Is
she's
he
got
like
a
Mike
thing for
Tyson?
lispers.
It's 2022. It's a woman, Rachel.
Okay, all right, we gotta end this.
Okay. So let us know about 4-day work week next week, third Tuesday. We'll talk to you guys next week.
All right, bye.